wasn't the one whose magically grew a size bigger as soon as Link started showing up.
Can somebody tell me what's going on here? Gamers, it's the Game Faerie. Welcome to the Game Faerie Podcast, where I play some great games for on the go. Welcome to another episode of Doki Literature Club, where our goofy boy Link looks for a lady in the literature club. On the last episode, we wrote a poem and we shared it with Monica. Now we have the next 3 ladies to share our poem with, starting with Sayori. Let's get into it. Sayori looks surprised with a wide expression.
Oh my goodness! This is so good, Link! I love it! Sayori smiles. I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. She laughs.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it.
A question on her face.
I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Link poem. Yeah. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I am not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Link. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Her hand in a fist.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much it means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Sayori blushes, and we read her poem titled Dear Sunshine. Aww. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Let's go, Sayori.
Sayori? This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. Oh, a sad expression. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. Another pout. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
Okie dokie.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Wow. I'm thinking we'll go down the line. Natsuki, you're next. Click. And we see Natsuki, surprised as ever. Natsuki is silent. Link is silent. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
What?
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste?
Do you want to get smacked? Natsuki grits her teeth.
I'll pass.
Sigh. She turns her head to the side. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. And we see Natsuki's poem, titled Eagles Can Fly. It's written on a blank sheet of paper, no lines. However, the words are aligned perfectly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Wow, short, sweet, to the point. Thank you, Natsuki. That was very nice to read. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well,
Natsuki crosses her arms.
because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it falls flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro.
Natsuki looks braggadocious.
I'm glad you learned something today. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Whoop, whoop.
And we just have Yuri left. I think it's very interesting how in this game, They talked about how everyone's over the age of 18, but then they mention how Natsuki looks like a first-year student.
But she's really a 9,000-year-old dragon.
Like, that's kind of the vibes, but, okay. Let's talk to Yuri. Howdy, girl. And we see Yuri silent after reading Link's poem. Silence again.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. She looks scared. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No. Scared again. Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. She looks away. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. Yuri collects herself. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Her eyes closed. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem.
And I think we did see that with Natsuki's poem.
Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Her eyes still closed. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Her eyes open slightly. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
Ooh, she got some dirt. Okay, Yuri, go ahead and spill.
Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. A cheerful expression. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Her hands close to her chest. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
And we see Yuri's poem titled Ghost Under the Light.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet
to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Wow, girl, Yuri, 10 out of 10, very pretty.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
And gamers, that was quite difficult to read. It was thin cursive lettering, but we got through it, okay? So not too bad.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read. Dang, girl, I thought I was doing good. My bad.
Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? Yuri questions. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
Whoa, okay.
Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Oh, actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Link.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. Yeah.
I'm counting on you.
Wow. So we definitely got some professional poets in the room.
Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Ooh, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Natsuki thinks.
Did you say something?
Yuri asked Natsuki.
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you can say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute?
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you
you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way.
And Natsuki's arms are tightly crossed. She looks angry.
Sayori liked it. And Link did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own.
Very combative.
First of all,
Excuse me, Yuri interrupts. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Link liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Link appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No.
If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly
Cutesy.
Sayori chimes in,
Is everyone okay?
trying to break the tension.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Link started showing up.
Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... Monica shows up. This doesn't involve you! Natsuki and Yuri scream at Monica. Monica backs away. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Link. She was just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Link.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Link?
What?
Both girls staring at us, waiting patiently for a response. Well? They grow impatient. Link is silent.
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be...
And we have three options, Natsuki, Yuri, or help me, Sayori. Listen, Sayori girl, I'm tagging you in, WWE.
Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri!
Yuri looks away.
But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori!
Huh?
Yeah. Everyone's fighting. It's making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making a friend feel like this?
Link? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never, Yuri says. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. And Yuri actually looks a little intense.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why...
Natsuki heats up.
Exactly why nobody likes... Stop!
Sayori screams, looking frazzled. Natsuki and Yuri pause.
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just wanted everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because...
Natsuki starts.
Well, Yuri starts.
Also,
Sayori interjects.
Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Sayori stands her ground.
And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Sayori girl. Natsuki's silent. Yuri's silent. And all three girls stare at Link.
Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea. Yuri sinks slightly, a resolved look on her face.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president? I whisper to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject, her big green eyes staring directly at Link. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. A sad expression into a smile.
Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Monica leans in. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more.
Everyone, it's just about time for us to leave, Monica says to the club. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
That was a lot of fun,
Sayori says. Well, I'd say it was worth it, Yuri says.
It was all right. Well, mostly,
Natsuki says. Link, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. Monica closes her eyes in a smile. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too.
so your poems will turn out even better. Link is silent.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Wow, Link. Wow. Link, Sayori says, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori?
And we have arrived at the apartments again. We're looking at Sayori standing outside in this very clean, pristine neighborhood.
About what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them.
And we see Sayori's worried face, frozen.
I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Link, it's nice that I get to spend some time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay, Sayori pops up.
Yeah, let's do this.
And gamers, that will conclude episode 3 of Doki Doki Literature Club. Hey, we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club with our boy Link. Okay, I was gonna go into a rap, but that didn't work out. I hope you are enjoying this series. Definitely give this video a big old thumbs up. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel so you'll get all my recent uploads. Also, this is the Game Faerie Podcast, so you can check out the audio-only versions of this gameplay on Spotify and Apple. Definitely go over there, rate the pod. Come on, give me some stars, gamers. Give me some stars. Otherwise, I hope you are having a dark and scary day, a dark and scary night, and a dark and scary time, gamers. Happy Halloween. And I will be talking to y'all real soon with some more content. Bye, gamers. I'll see ya. Hope you're having a good one. Bye, y'all.